There you go. So, good day, sir. Good day, co-cadets. So, we are the group 3, and today we're going to tackle the topics that we've searched. So, I am Engine Cadet Umbao Ray, together with my group mates, MORADAS Lionel, PITOGO John Volter, and RACOMA Alexis, and LEYVA Kenneth Vincent. So because of the internet problem, Rakuma and Leva is not around today. So we're going to explain just the three of us. So next slide, please. So the first topic. So I am Engine Cadet Umbao, January. So I am the first reporter. So the topic is piston overhaul of main propulsion engine. So first of all, the frequency of piston drawing out check varies according to the daily maintenance. So pasabot na kuan dapat magmatter magdepende ang kuan ang frequency sa piston kung tangtangon kay depende sa iyang maintenance, sa iyang daily maintenance. Especially the lubricating oil control and load, or ang iyang overload or ang excessively low load. So therefore, the supervisor is required. So mo na ang supervisor required jud sila nga to decide the proper frequency. So it is very important sad nga dapat put nato sa atong mind nga ang supervisor kay mo na mo required jud sila nga mo decide sa proper frequency. The next, when the piston is overhauled as per the planned maintenance or due to breakdown reasons, the liner validity must be checked and liner surface must be inspected for various defects. So mo to ang kuan sad ang kung i-overhaul ang kuan piston okay, dapat kanang kanjud ng align sa plans ba? Planned maintenance or so I have here kuan preparation sa pag-overhaul. So first mo ni ang imong mga buhatonon. So first, make sure the all standby auxiliary engines are ready. So mo nang first. So second is read read the manual and have a toolbox meeting with everyone involved in the job. Then discuss the procedure. So importante jud na. The next is prepare important tools and spares required for overhauling liner as given in the manual. So dapat na important nga tools o mga spare parts nga required sa pag-overhaul na to. Then next is prepare risk assessment and make sure all personal safety equipment are used. So mo na dyan pinaka important o relevant sa pag-overhaul, dapat ang mga PPEs and everything para makakontas kuan na to anang kalayo sa danger. So next slide please. So next is go through the previous records or manual for clearance and adjustments. So mo to ang kuan ni murag mo ni nato ma-apply ang katong mga logbook gani katong gipang kuan mga records, previous records. So dapat i-check sa nato before ta mo kuan mo proceed sa pag-overhaul. So kung namay ka ng mga problems katong previous nga kuan equipments, so dapat na i-check na to. The next is put the display card mo ni ang SWAT men at work or don't start at lube oil pump and auxiliary engine breaker. The next is close air bottle valve to auxiliary engine and engine start and stop valve. The next is see that the turning bar is not in the flywheel and should be in place. I-check na sa nato ang flywheel nga sakto bang iyang nakabutangan. Then open the indicator cocks. Then lastly, close lube oil, fuel oil, fresh water inlet or outlet valve. Then drain the cooling water line and remove connections. So mo to ang kuan preparations before ta mag overall. So next slide please. Then mo na ang overhauling. Screw the lifting eye bolt into the piston and lift it by 20 to 30 millimeters. The next is loosen the connecting rod bolts and with the specified disassembling tool, and then remove the bolts and metal cap. Then the third is set the piston and at position about 30 degrees after TDC or top dead center. Then eliminate the carbon from the upper part of cylinder liner. Then next remove the disassembling tools and protection ring. Then set the piston at a position of about 80 degrees to 90 before the top dead center. Then prepare the tools as per manual. So mo to ang mga tools na nandiyan na. Then place the protection ring drawing out tool 1 on the piston. Then place the tool so that its outer taper faces toward the piston and do not allow it to make contact with the cylinder. Then attach the liner retaining implement 2 and spacer 3 and lock them with cylinder head and tightening nut. The next, turn the flywheel and remove the protection ring. And lastly, remove the upper metal and draw out position. So, mo to ang steps sa pag-overhaul sa piston ring. So, next slide, please. Next slide na, amigo. Oh, so, the next topic is the piston overhaul of diesel engine. So, first, let us know what is piston overhauling. So, when you say piston overhauling, it is a overhauled as per the planned maintenance or due to breakdown reasons. So, the linear validity must be checked and liner surface must be inspected over various defects. So, in diesel engines, uh, it requires regular maintenance and attention as minor issues can quickly lead to costly damages. So dapat if gamay pa ang problem or kanang minor pa dapat ato na i-kuan ato na i-kuan din ayon or ataw na tog attention kay para dili na mo lead sa mga costly damages. Then luckily an engine overall is a good way to correct numerous problems and it costs a fraction of the price of a replacement. So next, the next reporter is PITOGO John Volter.
So next is the overhaul process involved taking the engine apart and diligently identify fault components. So, asa ko, dira mi pasabot nga mo identify ta sa mga kuan. So, para makabaluta asa mga fault kung asa ma-damage ang mga kuan like also sludge like that. So, once everything is replaced and clean, a professional will rebuild the engine and overhaul can help improve the performance and power of the diesel machine. So, kung kuan niya, so kung ma-clean na siya niya, ma-replace na siya, pwede na siya nga ma assemble or matanaw sa kuan sa mga professional para ilang ma-rebuild ba para ma-enhance to help improve the performance of the one. So regular maintenance can also elongate the life of engine. It gives you more bang for your buck. So so ang engine pareho ra gyapon na nato kung regular na to tabang atong kagalingon nga kuan okay. So ang engine na ma-okay ra gud siya kanang like dili siya maguba dayon. So the following are 12 signs of bad diesel engine. So oil sludge ana siya bad na sa kuan sa engine and the metals And the second one is the metal shaving. The third one is increase oil or coolant consumption. So, para ganang mo increase na yung oil ba, muna yung makakuha na siya, makaguba mo nila. Number four, exclusive exclusive exhaust, mga exclusive exhaust, sobraan na, madamage siya po siya, taman. Number five, knocking sound. So, ano siya, ano siya, ganun, di na siya bad na siya para sa kuan, di sa engine kay, mukuha ng saba ba. Number six, compression loss, yung wala siya sa yung baga, compress niya. So, seven, hitting milestone. So, hitting milestone what I mean is, magiging siyang pugson ba? Yeah. Eight, fan rod bearing. Nine, drop valve. 10, turbocharge failure. So, turbocharge failure, kanang murag, di mo siyang full batas. Mura siya na fail tungod na, may imo gyapon gibugos. Na siya nga, bad na siya para sa kuan, diesel engine. 11, extreme blow by. So, what do you mean by extreme? So, extreme, murag imo gyud siyang kuan ba? To the highest level, murag imo siyang kalit og blow. So, mo na yung makaguba sa mo na yung makakos og big damage pod. So, last is, the 12 is rough, yell, or run away. So, next slide, please. Next slide. So, so the next topic is the taking crankshaft deflection for diesel engine. So, para magkuha siya, so we have to examine the running of a compression ignition engine. Many of the defects that occur on such units are down to wear in the main bearings cause to the crankshaft to change its longitude straightness. So sa running siya sa yung compression, so sa magkadugay, murag ng murag shake siya sa ang longitude sa iyang pagka-straightness kay dili na siya mo align ba, like dili na siya na straight kay siya mura na siya ma-deform ana. So usually the first diagnosed test on such an engine is to take a series of measurement between the crank web and various points around the circle or the occasion called somewhat incorrect crankshaft deflection. So, kung dapat na siya og series o pan ganong measurement back to dito. Series to siya measurement para makuha niya siya ba. So, next, if a driving engine is on the compression ignite type with a cylinder bore above about 200 kmm and so 10 inches, it is also necessary to consider the alignment of the crankshaft. So, dapat yun na siya, ma-meet na nimo siya ang 250 mm and so para ma-meet nimo ang standard ba para dili siya makuan dayon, para di siya kuan din yung alignment stud para dili ma-damage ang kuan crankshaft. So, below, below that lies the over stiffness and small size of the unit and the fact that a crankshaft that the crankshaft itself is integral can make the measurement of crankshaft deflection both extremely difficult and unnecessary. Kung ano niya, so, pasabot na kung imo siyang ikuan ng taman, mara siya about extremely difficult na para makuan ba? Maayo niyan, unnecessary. So, next slide.
Replacing in order to understand centrifugal pump leakage. replacing a leaking mechanical seal of main engine lube oil pump. In order to understand centrifugal pump leakage, it is important to first understand the basic operation of a centrifugal pump. As the flue enters through the impeller eye of the pump and up the impeller vanes, the fluid is at a lower pressure and low velocity. When the flue passes through the volute, the pressure increases and the velocity increases. The flue then exits through the discharge, at which point the pressure is high but the velocity slow. The flue the fluid that goes into the pump has to go out of the pump. The pump imparts head or pressure, which means it increases the energy of the pump fluid. A mechanical seal is a device that is used to control leakage between a rotating shaft and a liquid or gases filled vessel. Its main responsibility is to control leakage. All seal leaks they have to order to maintain a fluid film over the entire mechanical seal face. The leakage that comes out the atmospheric side is fairly low. The leakage is a hydrocarbon, for example, is measured by a VOC meter parts and million. So the step-by-step process to replace a mechanical seal on a water pump. And the number one is what makes the water move through the plumbing system when you are a centrifugal pump. It has a concept of a centrifugal force in the pump. A shaft, a shaft spin at the incredible speed and rotates an impeller. Thus, a vacuum is created through the centrifugal force which pulls waters to prevent water from entering into the electrical system. A mechanical seal is installed centrifugal pump behind the impeller. When there is a damage to the seal due to wear and tear, it becomes mandatory to replace it. To perform the task, you must open the pump system and remove the impeller from the shaft. Here is the step-by-step process to achieve the task. Disconnect the pump first. Number two is before doing anything, disconnect the pump first. Turn off the power off and disconnect the pump from the electrical system. You need to ensure there is no possibility of the pump starting up while you change the seal. You should cut the plumbing tube which is connected to the centrifugal pump. Use a saw to cut it. Take the pump in a bigger workplace. Unscrew the bolt and take the pump out. Using a wrench, unscrew the pump bolts around the housing. Remove the motor from the wet end. You need to put the wrench over the motor shaft. Open the impeller by turning anti-clockwise of the shaft. Remove the seal. Take the pieces of the seal from the back and impellers. Now slide the remaining portion of the seal off the shaft. It is time when you should keep new seal. Replace the seal. Take the new seal and place it on the shaft. Slide the seal gently along the shaft without touching the front face of it. The seal may be not function well if the face gets body oil on the face. Hence, utmost precaution is needed. Put everything in place again. The task of replacing the mechanical seal is over. Now it is the time to assemble everything. Use the wrench to hold the shaft. Screw the impeller into the motor shaft of the pump. Align the bolt hole on the motor and wet side of the pump. Align the bolts. Place the pump in the original position. Place the plumbing and secure it using glue and primer. Let it dry well before using the pump. Make the electrical connection. The pump is ready again. I think that's all.
So that's all, guys. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have get knowledge to our report. So thank you, God bless, and
Thank you.
goodbye.